Okay, folks, we have a doozy this week. Beachtown parents are stressed and confused about what to do with this fall with their kids. I mean, I don't have any kids that I know of, but if I did, I would be worried about whether or not I should send them to school this fall. I mean, that's the big question of tonight's discussion.
And I, like other like-minded Americans, support President Trump's desire for our kids to get back to school. If schools drag their feet, the president will hold back their federal funding.
It's the local taxes that fund our schools, and it's up to the local school district to decide when the kids return to school.
My neighborhood is the highest hit in the county, and there is no way I'm sending my kids, Titsok and Sitlali, back to high school unless the county can exceed or meet the CDC requirements to go back to school safely.
I'm afraid Barrio Playa High just doesn't have the resources to be able to do what they would need to do to reopen safely, nor does Beachtown High. Our entire local tax revenue took a big hit during the shutdown.
That's why we need to keep the businesses open and send our kids back to school. Kids belong in school, period.
And we cannot sacrifice our children in an experiment that has never been done before.
Do you have any children?
None of your business, Damon, but if you must know, I do not.
Well, there you go. I rest my case.
Damon, do you have
Yes.
children?
Nope, just me and my dog, Buddy.
Yes, that's nice. So when you leave town, you leave Buddy at the doggy daycare, yes?
Yep, I always do.
Great. Now, if the doggy daycare called you and said that there was a dog there that had rabies, what would you do?
I would pick Buddy up immediately.
School is where children learn social and emotional skills. They get exercise. And for many poor families, school is where kids get healthy meals, access to the internet, and other vital but very important services. I would like my son, Jacob, to address the task force. Come here, son.
Oh my God, I can't believe, Benny, you're doing this.
Hold on, as he apparently needs to take his shoes off. So come on up. I know it's too hot. Jacob, do you have something to say to the task force? You forgot. Do you want to go back to school?
Yes.
Are you afraid of the coronavirus?
No.
And what else do you want to do for Daddy?
Vote for him.
Vote for Daddy.
No.
Vote for Daddy. Very cute. Did you tell him to say that? Did your dad tell you to say that?
Yes.
No.
I have two teenagers. What if they are asymptomatic and they come home and they give it to my father who has a lung condition? I mean, can we really trust high school kids to be safe before and after school? I have invited Nolan, a high school senior, to share his perspective on the matter.
I go by the pronouns he, him, and his. I'm sorry, Gloria. I was going to come on here and talk about all the dangers and risks of going back to high school, but after thinking about it, I've decided that I really want to go back despite all the risks.
What made you change your mind, Nolan?
Memories. I mean, all you adults have fond memories of your high school years. Hanging out with friends, hearing the bell ring and walking to your next class as you notice that cute guy or gal you pass in the hallway, cheering the football and soccer teams, sneaking a kiss under the bleachers, the Beachtown Senior High School bonfire, where we sing songs and put our toes in the sand, renting a tux for the first time and going to the prom in a cheesy stretch limo. I mean, do you all remember your graduation night?
No.
Of course you do. It's a life milestone, a rite of passage. And I will not have a graduation to remember. You guys have all those memories for life, and I won't. Please don't deny me of my memories. My youth. I mean, sure, there's risks, but you're only young once. Teen suicides, drug abuse, and auto accidents will take more lives per year than this virus ever will. Tomorrow is not promised, so please don't let you take away my youth. Please let me live now.
Confused about how the children going back to school are going to do the naked bike ride every Monday, how you're going to protect them from sunburn, and the requirement to say 6 inches apart is going to be very difficult for someone in preschool, a little boy in preschool. I'm worried about those things. Yes.
Nolan,
Oh.
how will you deal with the naked bike ride at your school?
Well, like she said, we're going to be 6 feet apart and we're going to be on bicycles so we can easily social distance and continue to bike away if someone gets closer to us.
Yeah, so if you're going to send kids back to school, what's your capacity for testing for COVID-19?
We do have a really, really big gym, and most schools do. So we'd be able to take those tests inside the gym by spreading each other apart and, having those little borders up for like the cardboard borders up for us so we can, distance to make sure that we're not spreading any other germs inside.
Yeah, I understand, Nolan, about your memories, because high school was very important to me, and I would want you to be able to have your memories for high school. But aren't you afraid that if you do go back to school and you contract the virus, aren't you afraid you're going to bring it back home to your family?
Well, here's the thing. Here's my viewpoint on that. My family already goes to the grocery store every day, and they're exposing themselves to hundreds, if not, like all these other people from different areas of our county. So if that's not dangerous, how is me going to school dangerous?
Why does young people listen to Justin Bieber? I just want to know that.
Hi, frankly, Nolan, I think that that's a really stupid outlook to take.
Hey, let's not have name calling here. Please use polite language.
I'm sorry, I just don't think that that's the best outlook on it. As someone who hasn't even lived through the majority of their high school years, I would much rather sacrifice all the memories that are possible to make for my family's lives. And I don't want to infect my little brother who is going into middle school. I don't want to infect the rest of my family or anyone else. Like, as you said, people go to the grocery store. I don't want to infect all these strangers that I'm going to see. And frankly, like what Gloria says, I don't trust other high schoolers not to take the same precautions that I would usually take. So while I think that making memories in high school is important, I don't think that that's worth risking lives.
I think it's time to go into some breakout rooms and talk about this a little further.
Yes, I have two young voices who would be willing to share. I have Katrina and Bailyn Gomez.
All
And
right,
you
let's
can
hear it.
back on. Oh, hello, guys.
Hi,
So would
Katrina
you
and
like to
Bailyn.
let them know what we talked about?
Go ahead, Bailyn.
Bailyn, you can go first.
Oh, you're muted. There you go.
Well, I've asked a lot of my friends why they would want to go back to school, and they said to see my friends. So how are we going to see each other if there's going to be walls between every kid and it's going to be a shorter amount of time of school and there's no like recess?
That's a great point, Bailyn. Excellent point. And Katrina, you had something too?
Yes, I just wanted to say that if we do reopen schools, there are going to be some families who refuse to let their children go because they want to make sure that their children are safe. So I feel like online schools, if we did advancements in giving kids who don't have it internet connection, access to technological things in school, I feel like that would be a better choice because it's at least giving everyone the opportunity to do school. Whereas if we reopen, there's still going to be families who will pull their kids out because they want their kids to be safe.
Well, I have someone to speak for my group. I forgot it. Yes, there she is. I think she's worked with a lot of children. Mary Poppins, go ahead.
No, it's not Mary Poppins, it's Janet. But I think in our group, we felt there should be options. And that, in fact, we felt generally, for the children, from their point of view, it's good to be at school with their peers. But if you have someone who's vulnerable at home, then there should be options so that children in those families can work virtually. So we felt there should be choices and options for everyone, depending on your family situation.
Are, I think, ready for our community poll here. Take the temperature of what Beachtonians think right now. Should the students go back to school in August? So it's a 1-question poll there. And we're going to take the results of that to the city council and to the school board, which are meeting in a few days. And next week we will bring the result. No, big no. But we do still have 70%, and I think we want to list. But before we go tonight, I want to share a poem from one of my favorite authors, Khalil Gibran.
Hey, he's the guy who wrote The Prophet, right? Oh, it reminds me of a boyfriend that I had in college.
Okay, Donna, then you'll probably like this because it's from the prophet. This is On Children by Cahill Gibran. And a woman who held a babe against her bosom said, "Speak to us of children." And he said, "Your children are not your children. They're the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you yet, they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts. They have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls. For their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. For life goes forwards, not backwards, nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children, as living arrows, are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might, that his arrows may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness. For even as he loves the arrow that flies, he also loves the bow that is stable. Thank you.
Oh, love it.
Oh, thanks everybody. Hey, we'll see you next week, okay? Hasta la vista and stay safe, everybody.